about to talk about Gemini Ascendant. Whoop whoop, shout out to all my Geminis. That's me, if you didn't notice how hype I was. Anyways, let's get into it. So, the Ascendant is your physical body. Your Ascendant is your physical appearance. It's how you look. It's how you dress usually. But that also is it could also be other indicators in your chart that represent that as well. So I don't want to just mash it down to that. It's your personality. It represents your whole life, basically. And your upbringing, your early upbringing in every area of your life, and kind of the energies that play out in each area of our life. Because if you haven't noticed, us human beings, we tend to compartmentalize. So let's get into Gemini Ascendant. With Gemini Ascendants, let's start with the physical appearance. So Gemini rule the parts of the body where there's, it is a twin. So wherever there's two of the body parts, that's Gemini rules that area. So we're talking eyes, chin, arms. So they use their hands a lot when they talk. Cardi B is a good example as well. They love to use their hands when they talk. They're very active, similar to Aries, but it's more like in a nervous, even quicker way, because Mercury is ruling this chart. So these people can come off, they can make you nervous, not intimidating you like a Scorpio would, but their energy could just be a lot, like really all over the place, like really fast moving. Their eyes could be like really small, pointy features, mouse-like features with Gemini Ascendants. They could have dimples, they could have a gap, they could have a little booty chin, just something about their features that will just be twin-like or double. These people also, Gemini is a mutable sign, and it's the bipolar sign. Wherever you got Gemini in your chart sitting, that's where that bipolar energy is playing out. And so with Gemini Ascendants, they get bored with their looks a lot. They change their look up a lot. They wear a lot of different colors, a lot of different hairstyles. Mercury is youthful, young energy, so these people tend to stay looking youthful for a very long time. They could be older, and they probably could just attract a lot of younger people into their lives and just always be seen as, youthful. Seventh house is, I go all over the place when it comes to these houses, so bear with me. But with seventh house, you have Sag sitting there, so they tend to look for, in other people, they really view other people as kind of flighty and not so dedicated to like their family and place of origin, but in reality, Gemini Ascendants are very curious, and they do love to branch out and travel and experience new things, even if it's outside of their family and or place of origin. In the second house, there's Cancer, so the mom could have been the breadwinner. Mom could have brought home the bacon or provided a lot of financial security in the early upbringing for Gemini Ascendants. Mom was the boss in a lot of ways, with Cancer sitting on that second house. Amongst their siblings, they tend to shine and stand out as the more creative one, as the drama queens even, or just the one that's really into the arts and into something creative. Or they could just be known for throwing tantrums or getting a lot of attention. These people are super picky when it comes to their households, where they live, their physical place of residence. They're picky as fuck about it. Super Virgoing when it comes to their homes and cleanliness and just being where they actually want to live. They're very picky about picking what they think is the perfect location. It could take them a while before they decide, like, okay, I'm happy here. As far as creativity goes, these people are visual artists all day. These are the painters. Again, Geminis are very good with their hands, and they're pretty into using their hands and their arms. And they also have a lot of energy and a lot of creativity with this sign. A lot of creativity, a lot of ideas, just a very quick moving, constant thinking about things that could just be visually stimulating with this sign, with Libra sitting in their 5th house. They could also just enjoy doing creative things with children. I myself, I love to paint with kids. I love it. I just think that's one of the best times to start getting a hold of your creative side, because you just feel so free. So art is just really interesting and fun at that stage. So yeah, like I really see them being great art teachers, even Gemini ascendants and teachers in general, because let's not forget Geminis do represent the teacher, whereas the Sagittarius is more of the philosopher. So these people, they love to teach. They love to pick up knowledge here and there and share it. When it comes to money, Capricorn isn't, I'm sighing. Capricorn sits in their 8th house, so that's Saturn ruling their 8th house. A lot of times, it could be hard for like these people to get a sugar daddy or financial help, or there could have been some restrictions involving the financial help that they do get, meaning it could play out in a lot of ways. Like I always say, they could have a parent who has a lot of money, who is super strict and has like super hovering, just super smothering, and yet they got them by this ball and chain, and they pretty much abide by the parents' rules, or whoever the person that's wearing the financial pants, they can get caught up in this kind of almost like enslavement if they're not careful. There's just restriction regarding finances and other people's money. So again, they could get it and be in situations where they feel trapped, or they feel like they have to sacrifice parts of themselves, or their ego, in order to appease the person that's kind of sharing with them. Or it could just be really hard for them to get financial help. And boy, oh boy, don't let Saturn be transiting this house, honey. And you'll just feel like nobody wants to help out at all. You'll feel like your job don't want to pay you when Saturn comes in that house. As far as travel goes, they really do well to kind of get out and branch out and do their own thing and just have their own philosophies. This sign doesn't really, Gemini ascendants don't really do well with going by what they were taught growing up. It's like different to, I was talking about how Taurus ascendants, they can really be rigid in their thinking. With Gemini ascendants, they could pretty much go left field, and say they were raised Christian, they could all of a sudden grow up and want to be Buddhist, or grow up Buddhist and all of a sudden want to be Christian, honey. I don't know. Like, they just really, it serves Gemini ascendants well to go out and develop their own belief system based off of what they've learned. Because again, Geminis are curious cats. With the 10th house being Pisces, they really can come off mystical or ethereal or mysterious, weird, a little of everything, slutty and spiritual all at the same time, with Pisces sitting in that 10th house. Because the 10th house is just how people really see it. It really does represent your physical appearance, as well as the Ascendant and Mars. There's certain things in the chart that are going to indicate your look, and play that, and you're going to play that out with these placements. And with the 10th house is just what people are seeing in a Gemini before they open their mouth. So they really come off super spiritual and mysterious, and people sometimes don't know what to make of Gemini ascendants before they communicate, and then when they do communicate, they just come off like pretty intelligent and goofy, silly. When it comes to groups and family things and events, or just belonging to different causes or groups, they could be the boss, the leaders, or they could want to take control and have problems getting along with others. And I want not to say that they're going to be bullies. They just might not appreciate scenarios where they're not really being able to express themselves. So when it comes to family life, or again, early upbringing, I notice a pattern with Gemini ascendants is wanting to like break away and just express themselves on their own terms. Because with Sag being in that 7th house, it's like that need of expansion, right? To get out there and just express my ego, how fire signs are. So Aries being in their 11th house, it's kind of indicating that same energy of like when they're around other people, they kind of want to wear the pants, and they might favor times where they can just kind of be the leader. They like to be in groups, but they like to more so be the leader of the group. And Geminis are very communicative, so they like to talk, and they just won't sit quiet in a group or just kind of shut the fuck up and just be a wallflower. Like self-healing, it really does do these people well to be comfortable, be self-reliant in some way, and even cook for themselves, even have like a certain routine where they're making sure to nurture themselves with fresh fruit and vegetables, because Taurus is a very earthy sign, and it also represents finances. So Geminis just want to make sure to have some level of financial stability that will honestly, it'll give them more peace, more internal peace, and more healing. A lot will come from that, and it'll be a more subconscious level. So them doing that, they won't even realize how much is actually helping them until they actually do it. And that's all I have on Gemini Ascendants. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do feel free to subscribe, because I will be posting more juicy astrological info, and we'll be continuing this Ascendant series going on to Cancer next. Until next time, take care.